Hello, so thank you for watching this lecture video. I'm sorry as we still have to use this lecture video. Okay, so according to our schedule, we will have our third exam on this Wednesday. So today we will review. Okay, so this exam 3 or test 3 is about trigonometry function or trigonometry. So, well, just like trigonometry, just like solving triangles. Okay, and we are talking about some angles and this function sine, cosine. Uh, So, this material are not so hard. So I hope you can get a good exam score for this exam 3. Okay. Uh, so our first topic is solving right triangle. So solving right triangle means if you give me two, then we can find others. Like uh, like we have those right triangle. If this side A, this side A equal 8, B this side is 6. What is C? So this is really easy, right? We just use C square equal A square plus B square, right? So we just plug it in here. Our C square equal 8 square plus 6 square. So we find this equal 100. So we can say C equal 10. So actually, we have this. We also can regard this as a typical right triangle, like 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, then 5. And if there's 6, 8, then that is 10, right? And the other one is this, like so, uh, like this 5, 12, then this is 13. Okay. Okay. But anyway, like we, if we know a, so if we apply c square equal a square plus b square, we can solve those problems easily. Like for this one, for B, problem 2, this is very easy, like A equals 3. Okay. Okay, so for this one, like find B, so we just A square plus B square equals C square, the 2 square plus B square equals 3 square, right? So we can easily find B. Yeah. Okay. So here 3, 4, 5 is this 5 is let's say this 3, 4, 5. This 5 is the longest side, the hypotenuse. So this is 3, 4. So this is not 5, right? Yeah. So for this one, we can use this. Let's say a square plus. So this side is a. So b is 3 square equal 4 square. Okay. So from here we can find a. We can find a square. Let's finish this. A square equal, so 4 square minus 3 square, 3 square 9, so equals 7. So we say a equal radical 7. Okay, and then find the theta. So if we have two sides, then we have this ratio. So like 3 over 4, this ratio is this angle's sine, right? So we have that sine theta equal 3 over 4. Then theta, so we use sine minus 1 button or inverse button. Sine minus 1, then 3 over 4. And make sure this angle we use degree. This is not so clear. This theta, so we say equal sine minus 1. So we have this button sine minus 1, then 3 over 4. Okay. So solving large triangle, so is easy. Okay. Now let's consider as solving general triangle. So we should use law of sine, law of cosine. Okay. So which law to use? So at first, we just sketch this triangle. So here, so we use standard labeling. Like suppose, like okay, this is triangle. So if we put A here, A, then B should be here. A B C triangle A B C. We know this angle is 108. Okay, and this angle is 45. Okay, then this B, so B is here, 42. This side is B, right? 42. Then we need to find A, so A is this side, A. Okay, so if we know two angles, then we can easily find the third one. We can find this angle. Let's say angle A so equal 180 minus B minus C, right? So at the first we find this angle. So let's say, so little bit, just a little bit calculation. Let's say 108, 45. Yeah. So 180 minus 153 equals 27, right? Yeah. Okay. So we say angle A is 27 degree. Okay, so then we can apply law of sine, like A over sine A. So let's say A over sine A, sine 27 degree equal, so equal B over sine B, right? So equal B which is 42, B over sine B, sine 108 degree. So from here, we can easily find A, right? So A equal just A equal just multiply sine 27 degree. Yeah. So sine, like sine 27 degree multiply 42 divided by sine 108 degree. Okay. Okay, so for B, for problem B, we know there's three sides. We want to find angle A. Suppose this is A, B, C. So we know there's a side here 55. B, this side 25. C, this is 72. So we want to find this angle A. So for this problem, we have to apply law of cosine, right? Law of sine, you should have at least one angles, right? A over sine A, B over sine B, at least know one angles. So if you do not know any angles, we have to use law of cosine. So find the angle A. So we apply law of cosine. We say, so this side square we face on this angle, right? So we check this side square. So we say this side square equal other two sides square. This square plus this square. So minus 2 times 25 times times 72, then cosine A. Okay, so this is law of cosine. Okay, so then from here we can solve for cosine A. We can find cosine A. So find cosine A, we usually use this where we just find the formula first. We say cosine A, we just regard this equation, move this to this side and constant to other side, then divide by these coefficients. So we have thus with the cosine A equal, so the coefficient is 2 times 25 times 72, right? So the constant is this is 25 square plus 72 square minus 55 square. Okay, so we just need to calculate to find the cosine this way, cosine A. So we again, so I wanted to emphasize again, like if you put this formula into calculate, don't forget to put the parentheses, like this number divided by this number, right? Don't forget the parentheses. Okay, so find this. Once we have the cosine, is where you find the angle A. So this is easy, right? So we say angle A equal cosine inverse cosine -1. So this way, okay. So put this number so you can find this angle A. So this angle usually like we use degree, right? We use for triangle. We usually for trigonometry we usually use degree. Okay. So we say problem A, problem B is very clear. A, we should use law of sine. B, we should use law of cosine. So how about this one? For this one, we don't know which law to use. So at first we just sketch this triangle. So we just say okay, A, B, C. So this angle is 135 degrees. But we know 135 actually is the obvious angle. This is not the more precise and triangle we should use this, right? So A, B, C. Like this angle looks like 135 degrees. But we in solving triangle, we don't need to be very precise. We say this is also okay. Okay, so let's say, let's say the B is equal 5, so you have to put 5 here, 5, and C is 9. Find this side 8. Okay, so this problem is a typical problem for apply law of cosine, right? We say this square, okay, square equal other two sides square, other two sides square, 9 square, so minus 2 times 5 times 9 times cosine. Time cosine this angle 135 degrees. So you easily can find this A square, then you can find A. Okay. So now we also have some application problem for apply law of cosine, law of sine. So here we have this problem. We want to find the height of a tree. Okay, we want to find the height of a tree. So what we know is from from here to here we can measure all these 75 feet. Okay, so so we just convert this problem as a triangle problem. Okay, so we have, let's say we have this, like, okay, from here is 75, and we want to find this side h. Okay, okay. So we put this is, suppose this is A, this is B, this is C. Okay. Okay. So here we so we need to know the angle. Let's say, can we know this angle C? So angle C is angle C. So we will check from the graph. We can see angle C. So this is large triangle. So this is 45. Then angle C is 45, right? Angle C is 45. Okay. Okay, so this angle is 45. So we get 45. We just regard this is a big, large triangle, right? Okay. Okay, so now what is this angle? Angle A. So angle A, we say, oh, this is the big angle is 45, and this angle is 28. Then we say the angle A, oh, sorry, we use this angle A equal, so 45 degree minus 28 degree, right? So this equal, I think it's 17. Yeah, 17 degree. Okay. Okay. So this is 17. Okay. Okay. So now we can easily find the h. We apply, let's say, law of sine, right? So we have this, like, h. So check this triangle h. Okay, h over this angle, h this side over this angle, the sine 17 degree equal, so this side is 75 over sine 45 degree, right? Okay, so now we can easily find this is h. So just multiply sine 17 degree, right? So h equal sine 17 multiply 75 divided by sine 45. Okay. Okay. So now let's consider this problem. This is find the distance between the 2 points, point R and Q. We want to find the distance for these 2 points. Okay, so the condition is that we know this side is 12, this side is 16, and this angle is 102. Okay, so this one we should use law of cosine, right? Yeah. So actually we can use law of cosine. We call this we know side, angle, side. We call this as a triangle. Side, angle, side. Then use the law of cosine. But anyway, like we also can apply law of sine, but the law of sine not work, then go to law of cosine. So for this one, once we know use law of cosine, it's really easy, right? We say this side square, we just say p rq square, this side square equal just this side square plus this side square minus, right? Minus 2 times 16 times 12 times, then cosine this angle, cosine 102 degree. Okay, so we can find rq square. Okay, then we can easily find rq. Take a square root, we can find rq. So this is actually usual way to find these things from 2 points. If we cannot measure directly, we just measure these other 2 sides. I then measure this angle, then we can find this side. Okay, so this is also a topic for trigonometry, for solving triangle problem. Okay, so in this exam 3, we will have many of those several of those kind of problems, right? Okay, so then we move to trigonometry functions. So at the first, let's say we generalize the definition for sine cosine. Originally, sine cosine just come from large triangle, right? Okay. So we say, oh, this ratio is sine, like this ratio b over c is this angle sine, a over c, this ratio is cosine, and b over a is this angle tangent, like that, right? So but by now we want to generalize this definition of general angle. Cool. Okay, so we use idea is we just put this large triangle into like a rectangle coordinate, right? So if there's a point is x, y, then this angle sine is y over r, cosine is x over r, tangent is y over x, right? So from a given point, we can find the sine, cosine, find any of them. So let's say, suppose we want to find sine. So sine, according to this, y over r, right? So what is y? Y equal 4. So what is r? So r, we have this r square equal x square plus y square. So here is x negative 3 square plus 4 square, so which is 25. So we find r equal 5. Okay, so like sine theta equal 4 over 5, right? So cosine theta, same way, cosine theta x over r. Cosine theta is equal x over r. R is 5. So what is x? X equal negative 3, right? X over r. So what is tangent? Well, tangent is y over x. So y is 4, x over x is negative 3. Okay. So those problems easy, right? So we say the giving one, from a point of a terminal side, we can find the sine cosine. So this is generally a definition. Okay, so now let's consider those kind of problems. So we have many, like giving one, find others. So we can regard those relationships among those 6 trigonometric functions. So we say for such a problem, we still use large triangle, even though we have a general definition, right, for sine, cosine, but we prefer use large triangle. So our way is use large triangle, find the values, and determine positive, negative. So for this, so we draw a large triangle, okay, and use large triangle to describe an angle. Suppose this angle is theta, okay, and for this angle theta, we know sine is 2/5. So forget the negative, okay. So 2/5. So this sine is 2/5. So then we can easily find this side. This side should be 21. That is 21, right? 25 minus 4, yeah. Okay. So then from here we can find the cosine and the tangent. So cosine. So from the large triangle, we say cosine equal radical 21/5. So what is the tangent? So tangent equal 2 over radical 21, right? So from large triangle, we can easily determine the value for those cosine and tangent. Then we need to check positive or negative. So positive or negative, so we use this, right? All students take calculus. Okay, so the angle is in the third quadrant here. So the quadrant, so the angle like this angle, right? Okay, so we know this the tangent is positive here. I think cosine is negative. Okay, so in the exam, so this is a typical problem. Like in this exam 3 and in final exam, we may have those kind of problem again, right? So giving one, find others. Okay. So now let's consider this problem. Like so giving conditions, we say so here usually I give you tangent, sine, cosine, tangent, because we are quite familiar with this. So how about if I give you others, like I'll give you cotangent or cosecant or secant, cosecant. If I give you others, then let's say like for this problem, okay, if cotangent is thus, we find sine, cosine. So for cotangent, okay, so this angle theta, okay. So cotangent equal negative, so forget the negative. So cotangent is 4/3. So this means tangent equals 3/4. So tangent, I remember tangent is opposite side, so I put 3 here, 4 here, right? Tangent is 3/4. Okay, so there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. Okay, so from here we can find, okay, sine value equals 3/5, and the cosine equals 4/5, right? So we find, so from large triangle we find the value. Then we need to determine positive or negative. So again, we use all students to take a calculus. So it says theta is in the first quadrant. So first quadrant here, we know cosine is positive, and then sine is negative. Okay, so don't forget this negative. If you forget negative, then you will pick a long answers. Okay. Okay, and for angle, we also can use arc, sine, arc cosine, arc tangent, those things. So this means arc means like this angles. Let's consider find this value like this tangent arc sine 1/3. So we have this angle arc sine. Let's say suppose we denote this angle as arc sine 1/3. Okay, so we want to find the tangent of this angle. So what is this? What the angle is? So we draw lateral angle. Okay. Suppose this angle is arc sine 1/3. So meaning this angle's sine equal 1/3. Okay. So this is sine is 1/3, and then we call this angle is arc sine 1/3. So if this is 1, this is 3, then this is radical 8, right? Okay, so find tangent this value, tangent arc sine 1/3. So we can just get this value directly from the lateral angle. So this equal 1/radical 8, right? So same way for this one. We want to find sine this angle. So what is this angle? So this angle is arctangent 3. So okay. So arctangent 3 means this angle's tangent is 3. So I put 3 here, 1 here. Okay, 3, 1, then this is radical 10, right? Okay, so this angle is sine. So sine arctangent 3. So easy, right? This angle is sine equals that 3 over radical 10. Okay, right? Okay. So for angle, we can have 2 ways to measure. We can use degree and radian. So we will check the relationship. So we just remember this: 180 equal pi. Okay, 180 degree equal pi. So we just use this as a formula. So we can easily convert the angle from degree to radian and radian to degree. Okay. So for example, like what is this angle? What is 150? So I just know 180 is pi. So 150. So I just check 150 equal how much of 180? So this equals so much of 180, right? 150 over 180, so 180. Okay, so for this one this 180 degrees pi. So this is just equal 150 over 180 pi. Okay. Okay. So this 150 over 180, or this fraction we can simplify, right? So we should simplify. Simplify. So we find this equal simplify, then we get this, right? So equal 5 over 6 pi, or 5 pi over 6. Those are same thing, right? So this conversion is easy. Then from radian to degree. So we just remember pi is 180. So this one I just changing pi to 180. So this equal 180 over 6, right? So this equals 30 degree. Okay. And for this, negative 2.1, so I just changing this to how much for pi. So this equals so much of pi. Okay. So this pi is 180, so this equal negative 2.1 over pi. So this pi, I replace this pi as 180 degree. Okay, so then we can say this equal, so 2.1 multiply 180 divided by pi degree. So use our calculate, we can easily find this in terms of a degree, right? So we have in our calculator we have a pi button. Okay. Okay, so now we say once we introduce radio, then we can consider graph. So for graph or sine, cosine, graph is so remember 5 points. Sine is graph. So 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. So this x is x point. Angle is x for angle, so angle is 0 pi over 2 pi, right? So there's a pi over 2 pi, 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. Okay, so then for a little bit general sine function or sine cosine, so we just use this like we regard this as x. So we say when this, no, I'm sorry, okay. So when this x, we regard this as 1x. When this equal 0 pi over 2 and pi, 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. When this angle are those typical angles, we know sine's value or y's value is 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, right? Okay, so then what we need is just to find x value. Okay, so find x value, so from x minus, so it's just we say you just solve some equation. When this equals 0, what is x? Right? So when this equal pi over 2, what is x? Okay, just solve this. So we say once we solve for 2x, then other one we can check that we can say that increase with the same number. Like from, let's say, from here, from 0 to pi over 2, increase pi over 2. Then increase pi over 2, increase pi over 2, pi over 2, right? So here also increase the same number. Okay, so get this, so we can get the 5 points, then we can sketch a graph. Okay, oh, I have no enough space here. Okay, so but the idea is same, like for this one. Okay, so at the first we say this is really got this cosine function, and but we need regard, let's say we regard 3x minus pi over 4 as x. So we say as one angle. So when this equals 0, pi over 2 pi plus 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi, we can find the y value, right? Y equal 1 0 1 0 negative 1 0 1. Okay, so here we need to find x value. So again, we just need to solve for this equation. Let's say, like, okay, so when 3x minus pi over 4 equals 0, what is x, right? So when 3x minus pi over 4 equal pi over 2, what is x? So once we have the 2x, then the 31 we can see increase with the same constant. So we can quickly determine. So let's finish this. Let's do this. Okay. So say 3x minus pi over 4 equals 0. We find x equal pi over 12, right? And then we solve this. Let's say 3x minus pi over 4 equal pi over 2. So we just put 3x equal, move pi over 4 the constant to here. So pi over 4 plus pi over 2. So here we need to add them up, is common denominator. So 4. So we find this equal 3 pi, right? 1 plus 2, yes. So x equal 3 pi over 12. Okay, so we do not simplify this. Okay, so we find, okay, so we just use the denominator 12. Okay. Okay, so from here, pi to 3 pi increase by 2 pi. So then increase by 2 pi, so become 5 pi, 7 pi, and 9 pi, right? Okay, so based on these 5 points, like x equal pi over 12, so this 1, 3 pi over 12, 0, so we can sketch the graph. Okay, so for tangent, we say tangent we cannot use this 5 points method because so for tangent we have vertical asymptote. So we say we basically tangent equals sine over cosine. We can write tangent as sine over cosine. Okay. So here we should regard tangent as a rational function. We have denominator. So we have the vertical asymptote, which is cosine x equals 0. So cosine x equals 0, we have many solutions. So we the simplest solution is like negative pi over 2 and pi over positive pi over 2. Okay. Okay. So this is for basic sine. So not basic tangent. So by now we have this function tangent this. So the idea is quite the same. We just regard this 2x minus pi over 3 as new variable. So 2x minus pi over 3 equal. So we find 2 vertical asymptotes. So we just use this pi over 2 or negative pi over 2. So vertical asymptote brings this equal pi over 2 or brings this equal negative pi over 2, right? So those are 2 vertical asymptotes. But for asymptotes here, we put for x equal, just like a solve equation. So from first one, let's say from this vertical from first one we get so solve this equation. 2x equal pi over 3 plus pi over 2. We put them together, add them together, so common denominator 6. So I think 6 is 5 pi, right? Okay, so we say x equal 5 pi over 12. So this is a vertical asymptote, one of the vertical asymptote. And then the other one we just say, oh, let 2x equal pi over 3 minus pi over 2. So again, this equal use common denominator. So this become -1, right? Negative pi. Okay, so x equal negative 12 pi, right? So this is another vertical asymptote. Okay, so here we say for tangent, we just should focus on the asymptote. So once we have the asymptote, we can schedule graph. Okay, so those are all the materials for exam 3. Okay, so we can say like we have like those materials. First one, solve triangle, a large triangle, and a general triangle. So for general triangle, so we use log sine, log cosine, right? And then we have general angles. General angles. So from one point, we can determine this angle's sine, cosine. Okay, and we generalize the measure angle, so we can use degree, and also we can use radian, right? Then we can have the graph for sine, cosine, and tangent. So from the basic like basic graph like sine x just 0 1 like go up go down like 0 1 0 -1 0, right? Go up go down. So cosine also like go up go down. So for sine cosine we use this 5 points method. For tangent we focus on vertical asymptotes. Okay, so those are all the materials. I hope this exam you will find it easy. Okay, and I hope everyone can get good score. Okay, so I think so we can stop here for review. So if you have any questions, if you're not so clear for some problem, please email me. I can typically answer your questions by email, or we can arrange online meeting even. Okay. So, okay. So again, so if you have any question, any complaint, please email to me. Okay. Thank you.